Hello guys, so today I'm going to show you the process, the process on the FBA product sourcing. Okay, then let's go to TA and let's try the search that we just did earlier. Okay, so health and household. Let's do the reverse search, or let's try one of these Walgreens search that we just did. In let's try this one. So these are I've scanned. This scan is basing from Walgreens deals. So we have here a store discount, not particularly 50% discount, but there will be items that are 50% or buy one get one. There are items that are buy two get three or buy two get third, and there are items also that are buy one and get 50% free. Okay, so like I said, no, we found here Target because I've done the reverse search as well on this particular product search. I've enabled reverse search for other suppliers, so that's why it's also checking other suppliers on this particular on some of the items. Okay, so first, manage columns. I put the first column, Amazon in stock 90 days. That's the first thing that I wanted to check. If Amazon is in stock more than 50% for the last 90 days, so I'm going to proceed with that. I'm going to move on with that item. I'm not going to proceed on listing that item. Okay. So next is the monthly sales history chart. This is the keep a chart, like the keep a chart, and in stock, so that I can filter only in stock if I want to source immediately all in stock items only. And the source, so if I can see if this is Walgreens or some other suppliers. Competitive FBA, so we can see how many competitive FBA sellers are there on that particular listing. The price, Amazon buy box, the Amazon image and product image, so we can check if we can click on this columns, it will redirect us to the URL or the Amazon page and the products page or the suppliers page. Okay, and then click apply. You can also disable here if you don't want to see some of the items here, and then click apply. So say for example this one, 76%. So I wanted to delete that one. I wasn't able to uncheck this. Okay, let's just delete this one. I already checked these items earlier and I was able to delete them. Okay, so let's just delete them. Delete selected. Let's start fresh. So here, 4%. Amazon is only 4% in the last 90 days. So we wanted to check this one and see if this is competitive and this is good to list. So here you can see the image in Amazon, you can see the image in the suppliers, in the supplier. We can check that one to open the supplier, we can check this one to open the Amazon page. Okay. Just a minute. Okay. Open that. It opens the Amazon page and the supplier page. By the way, let's go to the listing checklist. Okay, first we need to install WebSeller. Okay. Let's put here WebSeller. and then IP alert. Okay, and we have already here Jungle Scout. But I don't usually base from Jungle Scout, I base from TA because TA already has monthly sales estimated. So I'm just basing from here. Okay. Okay, so that's the link and IP alert as well. All you have to do is add that to Chrome. For the IP alert, we need a license key. Okay, so this is the IP alert. Once you click on that, it'll ask for something like a code or license key. This one. Okay, so you need to ask this from Matt. Matt will give you this one if you want to access this IP alert. So the purpose of IP alert is we can check, we will be able to identify what products or brands that are having IP claims on Amazon. So this is one. This is the one. So if we install this extension, then it'll quickly help us identify that this item is not good to list because it has known to be have an IP claim or IP infringement issues. Okay, so number one, monthly sales is 10. 10 shared sales. That means we need to divide the sales, divide monthly sales divided by the number of competitive FBA sellers, including us. So this is 2%. Okay, this is 2%. Competitive sellers, let me check here. Competitive range from the buy box is 2%. Okay, so if we check on, say for example this one, if you hover here, well, this item doesn't have Y. Let's see, let's check on other items. A4 says 78%, but the graph says nothing from Amazon. So 84 sales. Check this one. Access denied. Let me turn on the VPN. Say for example this one, there's one FBA. So if you hover on this 0 within 3%, if you hover here, you will find how many FBA sellers are competitive in 1%, within 1%, how many FBA sellers are competitive within 2%, and how many FBA sellers within 3% competitive. So let's base from the 2%. So it says here 0, so that means 0 plus the buy box or the one FBA here, right? Which is the buy box, or who that is a buy box seller. I mean no, the buy box is the FBM. But anyways, this is the lowest FBA seller, so that's plus 1. So that's 0, 0 plus 1, so that is 1. 1 FBA competitive seller within 2%. Okay, so that's how we do the computation of finding the monthly sales or the shared monthly sales of every seller, of all sellers. Again, number 2, check restrictions. That is the purpose of RevSeller. In RevSeller, we need to log into Seller Central first. Why am I not able to log in? Okay, I'm going to log in. so that it'll show the restrictions on rev seller. So there's something wrong with this item. It says here in TA it has 84 sales, but in rev seller it says none. No sales rank. That means probably no sales yet, or this item is not a bestseller. Let me log in first. Okay, once you're logged in, just refresh this page, and rev seller will tell us if this is restricted or not. Okay, so this is still restricted. We can try to request approval. If this let us if we get approved on this one, then we can sell this one. Okay, click new, buy to sell, and then request approval. Okay, so they need the invoices, so we're not able to we can't list this item, we can sell this item yet for now. So let's move to the next item. Okay, let's go to TA again. It says 72 sales. Or maybe my rev seller is just not working. It's all NA. Let's try reverse search. All results. Okay. Okay, let's tackle this one first. Days in line. So usually we're going to match the buy box price or the lowest FBA, and then check keep a history. Okay. Like I said, we base on the buy box price, but we also check the keep a average price over the past 90 days. ROI should be 10% or greater. Okay. Amazon is a buy box, so just like this one, keep a history. If Amazon is a buy box or the lowest, check keep a graph. Is if Amazon is more than 50% in stock for 90 days, we can't list the item. Number of FBA competitors within 2%. Okay, so like what I showed you earlier, you have to divide the monthly sales. Just like in getting this one, the monthly sales. In getting the number of FBA competitors, divide the monthly sales by the number of competitive FBA sellers. Take note of the word competitive. Disregard FBM sellers. Okay, so we divide the monthly sales by the number of competitive FBA sellers within 2% of the buy box. Just like what I did, what I just showed you earlier on how to get the number of competitive FBA sellers within 2%. Okay. Okay. Perform due diligence. So we have to check title, description, and image. Make sure the listing is a correct match. Minimum order quantity. There will be suppliers, not very particular in the retail suppliers that we have, but in most cases in the wholesale suppliers, there's a lot of suppliers that have minimum order quantity. So in my experience, I've tried one supplier that has like 100 minimum order quantity for one item, or a 200 minimum quantity for one item. So we need to do this. If the order quantity is too much, so we need to keep that in mind, that if we divide the minimum order quantity with the monthly sales, this is the shared sales. I'm getting this like in number one. Okay, divide it with the minimum order quantity with the monthly sales. Make sure the supply or stocks will not exceed 2 months. So if you do that, divide, like, let's say the minimum order quantity is 200. Okay, 200, and the shared sales is only like 20. 200 divided by 20, so that's 10 months supply, right? Say for example the shared sales is only 20 and the minimum order quantity is 200, so you need to order 200 because that's the minimum the supplier will allow us to order. So 200 divided by 20 orders per month, so that's like 10 months supply. So that's too much, so we need to do that. Say for example, if minimum order quantity is 200 and then the shared sales is like say for example 100, so that's 2 months supply, so that'll be okay, that'll be fine. Okay, so because there's a lot of sales on that particular item. Okay, but if you source from retail suppliers, you don't have to worry about that because it will it will really seldom happen in those retail suppliers. Okay, number 10, IP alert or IP claims in Amazon. So we need to use the IP alert. We need to install the IP alert Chrome extension. It warns users of potential IP claims in Amazon product detail pages. This extension will trigger a pop-up. I'll show you uh, later. Um, it will show you a pop-up, trigger a pop-up, as well as a flashing red siren near the brand name on an Amazon product detail page. Okay, we'll see this later. Heavy or big items. So avoid items that are too heavy for now. If the item is more than like 5 pounds, like cabinets or TV, let's just avoid them for now. Breakable items as well. Okay, breakable items like avoid listing very breakable items. Example, mirror or anything else made of all glass. We'll skip them for now. And also the restrictions. Okay, we need to check if the item is ungated on the store. So we need to check rev seller. Let's see one example here. So for example, this one. That's the suppliers page. This is the Amazon page. Okay, let's check on rev seller. Check restrictions. Okay, so for example, this one. This is not hazardous material or hazmat, but this we are restricted for this item. Now let's try to request approval. If we get approved, then we can list the item. But if not, let's just move on and find other items. Let's try to apply to sell. Request approval. Okay, so I think we're approved. Let's try that again. We got approved, I think. There are some changes with the Amazon's UI. Before it will show us immediately that we got approved, but right now it doesn't. So here, new, sell this product, so that means we are approved already. So we are allowed to sell this product already. Okay, so if we refresh this page, maybe later this will get refreshed and it will show here sell, green, and it will say that something like sell or sell this item. Okay, maybe it'll take much time. Maybe later this will reflect on this page on web seller that we are allowed to sell for this particular item. Let's just not wait for this one. Sometimes it'll take longer to reflect on web seller. Okay, still not showing, but we already did, no? We already did. We can sell the item. So here, sell this product, so that means we can sell the item. So we got approved. Let's go back to the notes. Okay, so instead of going manually to Amazon Seller Central and then enter product and then entering the ASIN, just click on the request approval button, and this will redirect us to the page in the Amazon enter product tool, and then we can then request approval if we're not yet approved. If we are approved already, then we can sell the item. It will show here in RevSeller as well. Okay, let's go back to the notes. You should see a button sell this product. Otherwise, click request approval and see if we can get approved. Also check RevSeller if the item is hazmat. So hazmat, this will turn red, or this will highlight red if it's hazmat material. So that means we can sell, we can ship them to Amazon for FBA. Where is that? Okay, or meltable. Okay, so usually during summer, we can't sell items for FBA if it's a meltable, like if it's chocolate or something like very meltable, that not like during winter, that if it's cold, then there will be no problems with meltable items, I guess. I'm not really sure, but before, I think we were able to sell meltable items during winter. I'm not exactly sure. I don't know if Amazon changed their rules on meltable items, but I can remember, still can remember that we were able to sell those type of items during winter. Okay, but during summer, for sure, we won't be allowed to sell. Okay, don't list such items because we can sell those items for FBA. So meltable items, hazmat, and items that are we're not approved to sell. We are still gated, or we're not yet ungated. Okay, so that's it. So let's have an example. Let's try to source or list an item basing from TA. Okay, so for this one, I'll check this one. Because after listing, I'm going to delete this one. That's the purpose of checking them one by one. 79%, so that won't do. We can't list the item even if it's competitive. We can't do that. So let's move on. 63%, still more than 50%. We don't want to compete with it. 73%, the same. 78%, still more than 50%. Amazon is still there most of the time in the past 90 days. 78%. Move on. Okay, 0%. Amazon has never been a seller. Let's try this. I think this is a mismatch. This is a mismatch. Let's move on. 1%, that's okay. 96 sales per month. Let's try this, but I think this is a mismatch as well. Let's try to open the page. Let's check the image first. I think this is a mismatch. Rural King, this is the name of the supplier. Sorry about my internet. Or maybe it's just the supplier. Sunbright. Yeah, I think this is a match. Page pure bright. Let's try. 199 ship to home, 1 to 2 business days. I think this is free shipping on a particular price range. We'll see later. This is a new supplier for me. I've seen this first time. 199. Pack of 6. So 1.99 times pack of 6. 11.94. So we're competitive. It's according to, as per RevSeller, it says 112% ROI. But we need to use our own calculator. Why? Because we have other fees like the inbound shipping, outbound shipping, and the prep fees. it's not reflected here on RevSeller. So let's do our calculator. Let's use our own calculator. It's found in the sheet here, profit calculator, or we can go directly to the listing sheet and everything is here. Everything will be calculated when you put the numbers here. But I like to use the profit calculator because we can only see the numbers here. We won't be seeing the other columns like the URL or the other columns like this, the ASIN and so on. The product like this, we can't see them. So we will only see the numbers. Okay, let's try this one. So 38.98 is selling price. Buy cost is 11.94. Let's check later if it's free shipping on a particular price range. Let's check later. See the fulfillment fee. Click on this button here and you'll see here the fulfillment fee. This one is 12%, so 468.38. 468.38. This one is 468. It's not 15%. It's just 12%. So let's change that. Estimated monthly sales. Let's go to TA. It says 96. And let's go to the rev seller. Let's check this one. No FBA sellers. So that's zero competitive sellers. 96 and 0. Okay, average 90 days price, it's 45.16, and the lowest 37.64. 37.64. So that's within 20% or 2%. So that's within 2%, I guess. Let me check the formula. I think it's 1%. If the color is red, it's less than 2%, or I mean 20%, and then 30% if it's red. Pink if it's 20%. If it's no color, that's within 10% probably. If it's greater than the buy box price, it'll turn green. So I think this is okay. ROI is 93%. ROI as per RevSeller. Estimated monthly net profit is $1,000 per month, so that's okay. Let's put the other fees here. Okay, so 11.12 is the profit, so that's the same already. How about the ROI? ROI is 93% and 29 is the profit margin, 93 and 29. So that's the same, 93 and 29. Okay, so this is the same. That is the match. So this is a good listing. Let's see if this is a match. This is a pack of 6. $199 pack of 6. I'm not exactly sure if this is a match, so let's check the description and the title. I'm using burrows to see if the item is a match. Okay, pure bright. This is Sunbright. My bad. It says pure bright and Sunbright, so this is a mismatch. Okay, let's move on. It's a mismatch. Okay, let's try this. It's not the same. By the way, if the brand has something like a check mark on here, so that means there's no IP claims for that particular brand. If this is red, or if there's a pop-up that says this brand usually has IP claims, so we can't list those items. Okay, so this is quicker to use. uh, it is easier to use, for us to avoid, in order for us to avoid listing brands that are having IP claims. We can't list this item, I guess. Manzanita bird perch, 11-inch, 12-inch, 11-inch, 12-inch, 16. So I guess this is different. Just a minute. Just a sec. Okay. Let's go find another item. Okay, I think this is a match. We'll see. Says chewy.com. Free shipping, $67.99. But we'll see if it's more than 5 pounds. This is more than 5 pounds, so we can't list the item. I think we're profitable. $7.99. Yes, we're profitable, but it's more than 5 pounds. 18.04. Okay. Sales is 57. Number of competitive FBA sellers and 2% is 1. So plus the buy box is 2. So that will be 2. Sales is 57. 57 sales and 2 competitive FBA sellers within 2%. 90 days, $119.99. I think this is a good item to list, but it's I think it's a heavier. Okay, just for the purpose of training, let's just list this one, but take note, we can't list more than 5 pounds. This is just too heavy. But it's the numbers here looks great. 12% ROI, estimated monthly sales is 159.86, 1237 ROI. And let's just see if this is a match. Free shipping, there's no shipping. Shipping is 0. Okay. Okay. Let's see the details. Size. So yeah, I think, oh, this is small. Here is small, here is large. So this is a mismatch. Okay. This is a mismatch. Let's check Keepa. Assuming this is a match item, let's just proceed. Keepa is okay, looks okay. No Amazon seller for the past 90 days. No Amazon sellers. Okay, it looks good. But the only thing is it's the variation is different. Okay, and let's check the image. The same. Hoops and feathers the same. Titles the same. Except for variation. But for the sake of training, let's just assume that they're the same. They're a match item. Okay, so assuming all is good, if this item is good to list, so let's just encode them on our sheet. Let's add it here on our FBA leads sheet. Let's copy the Amazon URL, then copy the supplier URL. Just copy from the listing calculator. It's $67.99. Shipping 0. 90-day price. $19.99. 19.99. So that's within. That's greater than the buy box price, so that's good. Product name, Integrity, it's patio. Brand, it's scopes and feathers. So I'll copy FBA fees in the sales, the shared sales. And then I'll put here the date. Restricted, we're not restricted, right? We can here you rev seller, as per rev seller, he says it says sell new, so that means we're not restricted. Okay, and hazmat, it's not hazmat. See, hazmat does not turn red. IP claims, there is no IP claims. This is green. Beside the brands, this is the IP alert button. So this is green, so that means there's no IP claims. And can be shipped to Amazon. This is the last step. I'll probably show another video on how to do this. This is still part of the listing process, but I'll create another video for this because it's a long process, and this is the last step. Okay, so I usually source first, and then after that, when I'm able to list like 10 or 20 of them, I'm checking these items if they're good to ship to Amazon. Okay, we need to make a fake or a dummy shipment to Amazon to see if it's we're allowed to ship the item to Amazon. Okay, so I'll create a training video for that, and I'm gonna do that in the next video. Okay, thank you guys.